Happy Friday, everybody. Welcome back. You're listening to the Entrepreneurial Web. I'm your host, Jeremiah Fox. Before I introduce my guest today, the message of the week. This one comes from Tony Robbins. Do you know who Tony Robbins is? Like motivational speaker, business
know the name,
guru.
but I'm not.
Yeah, he's super famous, but he has good
I'm not
messages.
a follower, but I know who he is.
Yeah, I just started to get into him a little bit. I can't afford him, but I like what he says. It's like a cool million just for him to be like your business coach, and he only takes like 10 a year, but he does these big seminars, and a friend of mine went to one maybe a year ago, and it was really interesting because her experience changed my life. So it was great. I didn't even have to pay.
That's a good ride.
I pay her for certain things. She owns a martial arts school, and she's a black belt instructor there. So I've been studying under her for 4 years. I teach there a little bit as well. We can talk more about that in a minute.
That's interesting.
But so, in a way, but then I teach there, so she pays me. We have this great relationship, but her experience at this Tony Robbins seminar went through me like a spear. It was so crazy. And it's one of the main reasons I'm sitting here, because of her going to that seminar, and the events immediately after that led to me starting a radio show. Fantastic. And having the courage and confidence to do this.
Look into it now.
My friend Serena is watching. Say hi to Serena. She's really wonderful.
Hello, Serena.
So this quote from Tony Robbins is, "It's not what you get in life that makes you happy. It's who you become. We grow in life so we have something to give, and it's giving to others that makes us feel truly alive." With that, I would like to introduce my guest today, Alessandra Belloni.
Hello. Allora. Buongiorno.
How you doing?
Great to see you again.
You too. So Alessandra and I have a little history.
Yes.
As I've mentioned on the show before, I studied music. I have 2 music degrees. My undergrad was done at Old Dominion University in Norfolk, Virginia, which we'll get to Norfolk, Virginia in a moment.
Too.
And I did my master's degree in percussion performance at the University of Buffalo. I graduated in 2004. I was there from 2002 to 2004. And in that time, I had the blessing of being graced by the presence of Miss Belloni here. She came to, as an artist in residence, to do a percussion seminar, a number of other things.
Yes,
you played at the main stage.
A lot of performances.
Yeah, we did a thing with the dance group.
Yeah,
and we went to Toronto together. It was a really big deal that incorporated dance, percussion, spirituality.
Absolutely, yeah.
Lots of things. So we got to meet then, and then that was it. I finished my degree. I moved here, and honestly hadn't really heard about you or from you or anything like that since then. And then not too long ago, she was supposed to be on Sam's show, the executive director, and there was a little mix-up, but Sam posted on Facebook Live, "My guest today, Alessandra Belloni." I was like, "Oh, tell her I said hello," and she didn't make it on
because they told me it was a 2.
But it's okay because we get to do this. So he was like, "Hey, would you know her? Would you bring her on your show?" And I said, "Absolutely, it would be such a pleasure." So we haven't seen each other in at least 15 years.
15 years, yeah.
But your seminar had a big impact on me. One of the things. So when I was a kid, I was captivated by the Doors and Jim Morrison.
Oh,
and
so was I.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm a little younger, but still the impact
my
was
generation.
there. and his fixation with Dionysus, and that was the really foundational to your seminar that you gave. So she has this amazing hand technique. All you drummers out there, she has this amazing one-hand roll, basically, that she does on a frame drum. That's just like the envy of everybody. I still can't do it.
It's Italian, though. I didn't invent it.
Right. Yeah. No, I know, but and you said it came from Greece.
Yeah, the ancient Greeks and Greek rites.
I still have a couple frame drums, and I still practice it.
Really?
The technique you showed?
That is fantastic.
No, but I still suck at it.
Now we got to stay in touch.
Right, yeah, we got to keep it.
You end up playing with me. That would be amazing.
I've tried to show it to my daughters, and it's just like,
well, little girls usually get it.
Yeah, well, little boys and big boys don't. No. I can't. I just can't do it. I love it,
it's
though.
A female style.
Well, right. I'll have to get in touch with my feminine sides. Hey, I'm wearing my Jiu-Jitsu girl shirt today. Maybe.
Well, originally it comes from the ancient Greek rites of Dionysus and the goddess Cybele, but mainly women played it.
Oh, okay.
Men were invited in these rituals, which were very sensual.
So if I put a dress on when I practice, will I
No, you just have to get in touch with the feminine side.
I'm surrounded by girls.
And sensuality. So that's what it is. And free.
Well, that was the thing that really captivated me about Jim Morrison and the Doors, as well as your seminar. And I think that's really important and applicable to the lifestyle that a lot of us lead now, where we're doing our own thing you know,
Except Jim
you have
Morrison
to,
didn't make it.
you have to let it. Yeah, well,
Unfortunately.
yes.
Well, because that's the other side of
Yeah,
Dionysus.
exactly.
Right.
Yeah,
I know a lot about that. It's in the
Right.
book.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, great.
Because of that, our generation was really taken by that.
Yeah. Yeah.
In different ways. I wasn't, but I was
And
surrounded by
I
people
connected
like
with that a lot as well. And I definitely put myself in some dangerous
Yes.
situations
I
based
saw it all
off of that
happen.
lifestyle. But also just, I would say more contemporarily, the lifestyle now of people deciding to break out and do their own thing, whether you become an entrepreneur or your own business owner, or you're a musician or a dancer or an artist and you're chasing your passion, and you just say to yourself finally, like, fuck it, I don't want to do what they're telling me anymore. I want to do my own thing.
Yes.
And you need that courage and you need that spiritual inspiration almost daily, right?
Absolutely.
To say,
Absolutely.
I can do it, or I'm going to do it, or I'm going to try. And the risk is always there, right?
Yeah.
The risk
especially
is
the
always
life I
there.
live.
Yeah.
No stability of any kind.
Right. And
we can create it
I
if
did
you
that for a
believe
while.
very much.
Yes, absolutely.
And you'll also
Absolutely.
let yourself be guided, which is.
And I think the quote from Tony Robbins really applies, because if you're fixated on the end prize, right? If it's like, I want to make money or whatever,
That helps.
then you, but you also can lose sight of the dream and the goal, right? Where
Absolutely.
if it's more about what am I gaining from this?
Absolutely.
I started playing music because of this centered stability it gave me, because life was kind of crazy around me. You know, there was a lot of instability. My parents separated. We started moving all the time, which is why I ended up in Virginia Beach, from Nashville. I'm originally from Nashville, right?
Wow, that's
So
a
we
great
both lived-
place for music.
We
sure.
both, yeah. We both lived in Virginia Beach at one point in our lives, not at
Very
the same time.
interesting moments of our life.
Yes, it was very interesting. And that's where my mom was also a musician. She studied music in Nashville, which is how she ended up there. She was going to school for music in Nashville. And so music was always around me, but when life was chaotic, it offered me that sense of stability and
it's healing, especially
therapy,
percussion.
Especially
That's the title of my workshops. I don't know if you remember. It's Rhythm is the Cure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I experienced it myself.
No, right, and it's the same for me, and it's something that I live still, and I still practice regularly.
Great.
And just that rhythm and that feeling and the vibrations change.
It changes.
It changes a lot of things.
It shifts sadness, anguish,
Yeah.
depression, and anything that blockages. Rhythm really does it fast.
Yeah.
With no offense to the doctors, but it works way faster than pills.
When you need the doctors, you call them. When you need them.
But
the rest
my
of the time,
experience, I work with a lot of women who've been abused when I teach these workshops. I think when we met, I was just beginning that path.
Okay.
And now through the years, I've had so many women come to me who've been transformed by the dance and the drumming. And they all told me that all the, the drugs that were given to them by all the therapists made them more suicidal.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then after these experiences, everything transformed. And really it doesn't help if you're going through depression only to take drugs.
Right. No, not at all.
Try drumming and dancing.
Right. And martial arts. I mentioned earlier that I teach and train martial arts, and it's the same thing. And they do a lot of women empowerment seminars through the dojo.
That's so important.
And it's really amazing because it's a couple that own it, and they're both black belts. And the woman plays a very big part in the business and in the personality of the place. So it's not just this macho ass kicking kind of
so they teach
vibe.
Self-defense to women.
They teach self-defense, but most importantly, and they say a lot of the same messages as the one I just read. Like when you get a new belt or whatever, you get a stripe. It's not about what you get. It's not about the fabric. You can go buy a belt. It's about who you become. Right. What you have to let go of just as much as what you gain in the process. So the whole thing is about this process. And they're always saying black belt and beyond, because a lot of people go through the steps and they're like, oh, I got a black belt now. Like I can kick everybody's ass, because you are pretty badass once you get that belt. But they're like, no, keep going. And really the physical is only like 25% of the whole thing. It's all about the mental. It's all about really letting go, reducing ego, letting go of anxiety, letting go of fear. So
especially I work with that too.
Yeah. And I found so many similarities because I studied performance, and I studied with people like Tony and Rich Thompson and Eastman and a couple other people that were just like really phenomenal technicians. And they would say a lot of the same things, but I was young and I was eager and I ignored them. I just didn't listen at all. And in my late,
and now you're going back.
In my late 30s, I started martial arts, and they're saying the same thing, and I feel it giving me such quick progress. And I'm like, damn, I should have listened the first time. So now
Tony and Miranda was a great teacher, right?
Absolutely. And
of life
and technician too. You just talk about one-handed rolls. Like that was insane. So now I apply those same concepts to my practice and my music performance, and it's just been so rewarding.
Fantastic. So we gotta play together.
I would love to. That'd be fantastic. We actually live kind of close to each other now.
We're on.
So.
This is the beginning of a new collaboration.
I think so. This show is bright. I told you that just my friend going to the Tony Robbins seminars changed so many things about my life. I made so many connections, old and new. And it's just mind blowing when you get on that wavelength. And the other really great message, I think, for this time of year, especially, but always, is just gratitude and just like really being grateful and being able to recognize the abundance that's there. Because obviously we're always fighting. It's always both sides,
especially in this side of the world.
It's
more materialistic than other places.
But people with less materials, they're going through a lot of crazy things right now. I mean, I have a lot of friends that are from abroad, and they tell me about what their families are going through. They have nothing, and the things that they're fighting for, super basic human rights, and like literally food, shelter, water, clothing. And
a lot of the world functions like that.
Yeah, exactly. We're
very blessed.
We're in this make-believe world at
we
times.
need to make more money to survive, though.
Yeah, but also
in New York.
Yes, in New York.
But I really think we are
still blessed that
where everything. Yes. That's why I'm here. And Virginia Beach was a place where I decided to live forever in America.
Was that the first place you lived in the States?
No. I came to New York in 1971, and I was really young, a teenager, and I decided to stay.
And what part of
for a month? I came for a month.
Yeah,
I'm still on vacation.
That was a long month. They count.
So I lived in Greenwich Village in the 70s.
They count calendar days differently in Italy.
Yes.
It's like.
No, really. I mean, that's also the introduction of my book. I had a little suitcase. I came with my mother to visit my hippie brother and hippie sister.
So you had family here already.
But but not as the immigrants that come from Italy, like they didn't. They still do.
Sure.
We came in search for freedom, especially my sister as a woman, the older sister, and she studied film at NYU. She was working for Italian television. So she ran away from home pretty much.
Gotcha.
And my mother was an incredible woman, took me on vacation to visit her. And I was supposed to go home back to school, and I never did.
You're like, bye, Mom.
and I mean, she cried, but she understood.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to be an actress and a musician, and I had already got a part with the famous Italian actress Anna Magnani as a kid, but my father didn't sign the permission because he didn't want me to be an artist. So that's when I swore revenge, and coming to New York in the 70s was like, why am I going back to Rome? And it became.
Are you from Rome originally?
I'm from Rome, yeah. But with roots a little bit in the South. Right. And that decision was a crazy decision at that age, but I never regretted it.
I had this guy from Rome that worked for me at my restaurant when we first opened, and he would always say, "I'm from Rome, but my blood is from Apulia."
That's very different.
Yeah.
Now I was born in Rome, but I have I love the music from the South. So I have a lot of connections.
And specifically, the music was from the East Coast of Italy that was coming from Greece, right?
The tarantella used as a healing trance dance. The pizzica is from Puglia, right? Yeah, connected to the ancient Greek rites. But it's also all over the south of Italy, and it was all connected to Greece. Rome had that, of course, with all the Roman deities, the goddesses, the gods. Dionysus in Rome was huge. But unfortunately, with the coming of the Vatican, they really succeeded to destroy that. So growing up in Rome, I didn't have it directly because of the Vatican, even though my family is leftist, so we didn't go to church. My mother did, but we didn't. So it was really an interesting cycle to realize, oh, wow, we did this in ancient Rome. Yeah. But the church, of course,
shut it down.
All that,
All right, we're going to take a short break. We'll be back with you soon. You're listening to the Entrepreneurial Web.